This is how watch collectors are made. Not with their first automatic timepiece or their first Swiss movement, but with a moment. That moment when a child looks down at their wrist and suddenly understands that these hands moving together actually mean something. That time isn't just a series of numbers. It's about movement, rhythm, and life. And that's exactly what the Sher Watch captures. A child's first real connection to time. This is a proper watch that helps kids learn, but more importantly, helps them feel what we all felt when we fell in love with watches for the first time. Welcome back to Microbrand Watch, where every week we shine a light on independent watchmakers doing things differently. I'm Dave, and today's story isn't about the next limited edition or the latest Microbrand release. It's about something even more important. It's about where the next generation of watch collectors comes from. Now, before we get going, you are seeing the paid promotion sign here. This watch has been sent to me by Sher Watch, and I don't have to send it back. I'm not keeping it, to be perfectly honest. My son is, because as soon as he put it on, he hasn't taken it off. That said, Sher Watch have had no input at all into the editorial content of this video, and what you'll get, as ever, is 100% my view of whether the watch is good, bad, what I like, what I don't like, and whether you should be interested in taking a look at this watch. So the Sher Watch began with one father's story. Darren, who's the founder of Sher Watches, loved watches, but as a child, he struggled to tell the time. Dyslexia made traditional analog dials confusing for him. And when his own kids started facing the same challenge, he realized something pretty fundamental, that most children's watches weren't actually helping. They were toys, right? They were bright, plastic and gimmicky, but none of them actually respected the idea that a kid could actually appreciate time. So Darren decided to build the watch that he felt that his kids deserved. A watch that looks grown up, feels substantial, and makes learning to tell the time genuinely intuitive. Look, this little watch is built around a really clever dial layout. There's an inner track that clearly divides the hours into segments, and an outer ring that shows every minute and second, all 60 of them, right? It's simple, it's visual, and it's logical for a child. And it seems to make sense to children in ways that normal watches just don't. But it's not just good looking, this is a proper watch. We've got a 32mm stainless steel case, sapphire crystal on the front, 100 meters of water resistance, a screw down crown, a full lume dial, and a Japanese Myoto movement. This thing is properly built. It's the same level of care and craftsmanship that you'd expect from a serious Microbrand release. It's just scaled down for slightly smaller wrists. And I love that about it, because this shows the kids that we respect them. It tells kids, you've got something here that's real. You can have something that isn't just made for you to play with, but to learn from, to look after, and to be genuinely proud of. When I gave this watch to my son, I could see that same feeling that I remember from my first watch. That moment of pride, of connection to something bigger. He asked me how it works, how the hands know where to go, why it glows in the dark. And that curiosity, right, that's the spark. It's the same one that starts so many of us on this lifelong journey and love of watches. And honestly, it reminded me why I love watches in the first place. It's not just about the specs or the style, it's about meaning. It's about the way that a simple mechanism can connect things. Parent to child, teacher to learner, collector to collector. And that's why the Sher Watch is more than just clever, it's vitally important. Because we're not only just teaching kids to read time here, we're helping them to appreciate it. Now look, we spend a lot of time here on Microbrand Watch talking about the latest releases, the rare finds, the movements, the specs, the lume, all of those different pieces. But sometimes it's worth remembering where that love of watches begins. It starts with a first watch, a real one. And here we've got something that can make a child feel trusted, capable, and curious. That's what the Sher Watch is trying to do. It's not just a teaching tool, it's a doorway to a lifetime of discovery. And if we're lucky, it's also how the next generation of watch collectors begins their journey. Now look, hopefully today we've introduced you to another Microbrand. Not only that you'll want to watch, but that you'll want your children and your grandchildren to watch. With that, until next time, enjoy your watches.